We're live. We're here. We live. We hanging out. I've played with an audio splitter, but I haven't really figured it out yet. Um, I haven't figured out the audio split. Their splitter control system. I don't know what you call it. Called voice meter, and I haven't figured out how to use it yet. Realistically, um, but I figured it out enough to be able to play music, but I haven't figured out how to split um, lackey sounds for the stream. But you can't hear me tapping this card, but I can hear it. I haven't figured that out yet because I need to keep the sound separate. Right, I can't have you guys listening to copyrighted music. It'll get me in trouble in various ways. I need to open up my dashboard because I once again haven't fixed up the thing. I still gotta use. I haven't swapped over to Streamlabs. Now I need to change the stream title too. Okay, we'll get there. Uh, and I will announce it in the streaming channel. I don't like Ghana. I like Ghana. I like saying Ghana, but I don't like writing going Ghana. Cool. Um, Try not to mention my music too much here, because you guys can't hear it. I don't know about as cool. As I mean, he's okay. Okay. Not good, though. He might be coming along once Mando drops. I've got a deck in mind that he might fit into. I don't like this song either. Need to refine my Amazon playlist, or my Amazon. Yeah, need to refine it a little bit better. He's okay. He's fast and he has armor. And he's a bounty hunter. There's certainly better choices in the overall pool. But for standard bounty hunter, he's okay. Alright, he's one of the only 5 here in standard currently. Once Mando drops, that'll get a little bit bigger. But for now, it's better than some. But the buffs aren't around for the bounty hunters yet either, though. So he doesn't have an innate bounty. I kind of want people to have bounties as well for what we're planning. I don't like the song either, man. Yeah, I don't know about any of these bounty hunters. Halonord could be okay. I think he's alright. We'd have to see. Mira here, though. I don't like. Hanhar is okay. Hanhar is okay. He's alright. Might be too expensive for what we have planned. But overall, he's. Let's see. I don't really want to make the deck. There's no point really making the deck yet. But I have been thinking about it a lot. I don't know where I want to start. That's text contains X, actually. I want to see the cards that have a variable amount in their ability lines. It's going to give us other characters like this one, or other people that just have a convey X. He counts. But here you go. Here's a bombard X, where X is half its printed power rounded up. We'll do a quick look for broken cards. And we'll do some deck building. No, that's just a one that I can't sort out. Unless I can sort by spaces. Text contains space. If I space out, there we go. Now we can only see cards that have where X is. We could have just typed where X is, but I hadn't considered it yet. Let's clear out this gubbins too, actually. We'll just find the broken card for now. Star Scion is not exploitable broken, rule lawyering broken, but he is really good. And we might end up making a deck around specifically this Scion. I mean, he starts with damage control 3. Give him some rope skins that give him an extra damage control, and he just becomes. Stack him a couple times, just becomes brutal. I don't know how much you want to stack him because of his upkeep. You can't lose that upkeep. So instead, you might want to just do robe skins. We'll see, but he's brutal. Disciples of Mark Ragnos quote is already been addressed, but we will throw it in as something that needs to be fixed at some point. Because it spawns its subordinate. It has to spawn its subordinate during the battle phase. It's too powerful. That's why we're changing Crucible Syndicate and one of the Unishell that's getting changed as well at some point. Jarek could destroy things right out of the gate if you do a force gain exploit. I don't know if it's possible here. I know it's close to possible, but it's not quite possible. There's no pay 0, deflect 1. So you can't loop it. So I don't think there's a force gain exploit to gain you infinite force in standard, at least. You need access to some other cards. You need Yoda, so there's a Kreia in here. She probably didn't show up in current search, but there's a Kreia in here that in standard Knights and Exiles that gets you a force every time you use a force activated ability. Gives both players a force. And then there is a Yoda that gives you a force every time you prevent a damage. Or damage, not a damage, because that would just be 1 damage. So that means if you do a deflect loop, you get 2. You get 2 for every 1 you're spending. But your opponent also gets 1 as well. So it essentially makes it infinite force for both players. I say infinite, but essentially. But I assume you are probably built around having that infinite force, where your opponent is just gonna be like, "Hey, that's cool. Thanks for that." Ugh. Ugh. I don't like it at all. What is this card? Pay 2 build points and a force and a card from hand to equip it. Equip Jedi or Sith gets area damage 2, which is garbage. Right? You couldn't equip it on anyone. It's just not worth it on anyone other than Kylo at most. And then the Kylo gets +1 power, which is meh for the cost. Upkeep put 1 damage counter on Kylo, which is terrible. And Resilience X, where X is the number of damage counters on Kylo. So you're always going to get the resilience counters, but you're going to be dying to it. And yes, you could unequip it to not pay the upkeep, but you'd still have to pay the upkeep, unequip, and then re-equip it whenever you need to actually attack again. I don't like it at all. And we haven't looked through the Kylos to see if something could make it better. But currently, I don't like it. I don't like it. We're gonna move on though. It's not broken. It's clearly clear what the card is doing. And it's got a limit to it. When you gain force, attach Lord of Hunger to one of your, yep, sure, equip Triumvirate Sith. So that would break. Sadly, he's dark side, so it doesn't even matter. That would break if you had a one of the Yusahan Vong resources or Yun Shuno out. You wouldn't be gaining force. You'd be gaining resource counters on your force, or resource counters instead of force. So you couldn't play Lord of Hunger and Yun Shuno. But anyway, well, you could, but it wouldn't ever activate. Because whenever you would gain that force, instead it would be turned into a resource counter. So you would never gain force. Unless your opponent discarded your resource, and then you could play it. But equip Triumvirate Sith gets bounty, gain X force, where X is the total build cost of the unit that was last discarded at the result of damage from this unit. It's fine. I mean, it's fairly clear what it does. It doesn't work against subordinates, and I think it should. I think it should. No, it shouldn't. Total build cost. Subordinates don't have a build cost. So it doesn't discard them as well. Hi, Catdrop. Talking about we've sorted through to just the X abilities currently, and we're for standard, and we're gonna look through those. We found one that we hate already. Kylo Ren's lightsaber is garbage tier. Maybe specific instances are of it or might be decent, but currently garbage. Yeah. No, pay a whole bunch for a useless ability, and then the Kylo gets +1 power, and I slowly kill myself. I feel like that. Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, there's maybe specific instances. You'd have to. You'd have to make some concessions in order to justify it as a card, though. I think in the deck, one of the 60 slots. But yeah, maybe not the worst, but I think it's bad. Certainly. It's fine. Not broken, not terrible, not exploitable. Gain X force and search your deck for access to the Lord Scars. Fine. Antenna's clear. No questions arose when I read it. Fine. Mud Trooper. Is a pretty great card. It's a pretty great card. But it's clear what the card is trying to do. So moving on. Super Laser Siege Cannon. We gotta keep moving fast. Like I'm super easy for me to get bogged down in card reading and ideas for those cards. But there's so many cards to get through that we want to check for for cards that need additional clarity, and we want a deck build today. So we gotta keep moving. Here we go. As long as your opponent has no location, everybody loses armor. Move to counters, discard location. They're gonna put X counter. Yeah, that's fine. That's clear. Clear what it does. I don't think it's very good, but it's clear what it does. Its ability has a timing to it instead of a general pop. Also, not brutally important. Some abilities are okay to be in a pop, but specifically things like this where it's like an attack should be it attacks or when it should attack. Ancient Grove. I've never thought Ancient Grove has been that great. We'll see. Because whenever Darkside character attacks, put a redemption counter on this location. Remove them. If you do, gain control till end of turn. Yeah. Not that great. I think you'd play around it. It is number 1 in the set, which I've never realized, which is kind of cool. But not that great. It's not bad. You'd build around it, right? You'd find something to give people redemption counters. No, doesn't even matter. It's not that good. Bowder A is okay, certainly. I think we did change him before he was released. Be a little bit more tuned. He was really broken overall. But overall, I think he's fine as it. I don't need to see their stat lines. Tap each character unit card in your discard pile gets paid to X. It is, but I just wanted to make. I wanted to make sure we take care of it, so I'm gonna put it in the thing. It is in there though, yeah. But I'm gonna just collect all of the ones we find, and if they're already in the change drive, that's fine. Skip over them, but that way I don't have to keep looking to see if a card is already in the drive. I'm not a big deal. It's not gonna be a big deal. Commander Larma Daisy. Each character unit card into your discard pile gets tap, pay X, +2 force, meditate, where X is this unit's printed build cost. The end of turn. They only during a build step. That's pretty good. It's not broken. The intent is fairly clear. Yeah, not broken. Intent is clear. No questions arose when I read it. Boom. Corn Horn. It's the goatee. The fake goatee Corn Horn. It's what I see every time I see this card. This goatee looks packed on. And I keep mentioning it every time I see the card. So, double strike. I like this. I like this Cornhorn a lot. But he's fine. I mean, it's clear what the intent is. I think you could play with it a little bit. If you could find more untaps, you could make that evade even higher. But it's still probably pay 1 evade 3. If you could speed him up a little, which you can do. I don't know how many more Cornhorns are around, but there's certainly other cards, right, to make sure he goes first. You gotta watch out for, like, Selkath guards. Sped up Selkath guards could tap him first. And then he wouldn't get the 2 attacks, and then it's pay 1 evade 1. But pay 1 evade 3 with intercept is really good. Yeah, really good. Great base soldiers. It's fun. I don't love the open-ended subordinate spawning, but it, as long as we keep it nice and clear what type of subordinate and what's actually in the pool. Yeah, right. Yeah, the subcasts aren't gonna be as scary. They're gonna basically be 40 speed. I haven't looked through all the battle cards. I could speed them up, or we haven't looked at what could speed them up, and we will for deck testing. We'll see if we can get them faster. But currently, they're just going to be a 40 speed unit that has an ability that they have to attack for, which is still scary, right? It'll still handle stealth really well. The Cellcaths will handle stealth really well. Those will be at 40. So you'll go with your Cellcath guard, tap them, and then kill them with something else. I don't know, actually. I don't know if it would handle stealth very well. Because you'd still need something slower than. You'd need 2 of them, or you'd need something slower still to attack the tapped unit then. We'll see. Alright, Galactic Alliance. See, I think. No. Yeah, I feel like we need a new term for. I doubt anything. We haven't seen anything yet that would matter. We need a new term for the Clone Wars era Republic units. I don't know how, if we retroactively change all those old cards, but I feel like it becomes a really powerful subtype for buffers, like that Galactic or the Chancellor Palpatine that covers Old Republic, Republic, New Republic, Galactic Republic, all those different things. It just seems really powerful, unintentionally so. And maybe I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, number of Galactic Alliance, New Republic, and Remnant units in any arena. Okay. Remove 3 counters. One of your units gets accuracy, focus, resilience. Remove 6 counters. Each unit gets pay X, protect X, and redirect. Until end of turn. I don't like it that much, but it's what it is. When one of your Jedi is a scare, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, it's just okay. One of your Jedi is secured from the character and gain 2 force. Enhance, remove X cards with I felt it in its name from your discard pile from the game. Gain X plus 2 force and you may draw a card instead. A big pass. Like, a big pass. I don't like it at all. Right. Yeah. 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 It's just kind of. Well, Yun Shuna would be using your force. Right? You would start eating your force. This is a separate thing, right? You'd gain counters in a separate way. So you'd still have all of your force available to do other things. Um, you'd have all your force to do other things with. Oh, maybe we need to look at I felt it too before we evaluate I felt it too harshly. One of your Jedi is discarded from the character and I gain 3 force. Oh, I see. So you could do 8 of them in your discard and gain even more force. But again, nope. Because to use it, you have to be losing Jedi in the character arena, which means you had to spend for Jedi in the character arena. It wouldn't count for Jedi subordinates because they aren't discarded; they're returned to the supply. So you have to be losing Jedi that you spent actual build points on, be gaining force, and at that point, you're probably gonna lose. You feels like it's too behind. I don't like it. Obviously, prove me wrong if you'd like, but currently I don't like it. I think I looked at this one last night. No, we looked at Suicide Round, which has a very similar card art. Remove one of your speeders put with X cost from the build arena from the game. Put a unit card with printed in the arena. Oh, it's okay. It's not worth the card slot out of the 60. In my opinion, the net gain of 1 build point. So this entire one of your 60 card slots is going to a 1 build point card. I don't. It could be okay. I mean, it's more than that in that you can do it with a damage speeder that's about to die and spawn in an even bigger, better speeder, or move your win ground and then move some of your build points to a different arena. So I think it has some potential, but I don't know. I feel like it's not quite there for me. Right, there's 60 card slots, and 36 of them kind of have to be units at least. So to use one of my realistic, probably even 40 units, so that you don't get destroyed in setup with no options to build. So one of the 20 card slots for non-unit cards, it just doesn't feel quite worth it. See though, it could for sure. You could definitely use it well. But I don't know. We'll see. $876 and 5. Han Solo and Leia can stack with under her. Focus X for X. We've looked at those cards though, the Han Solos and the Leias that we have access to, and none of them have a stack insert that helps her out. Focus X, where X is the number of cards in Jaina's stack, is meh. Repost 1, deflect 1, meh. I mean, those are good. Repost 1 and deflect 1 are both very good. 70 speed is also really nice too. I could see maybe using her. Depends on what you need her to do. And what the better choices are for speedy characters. She could be, right, she's hoping to kill something fast. That's why I would bring her, right, to have a super fast unit. I don't know. Kind of. I wouldn't bring Han and I wouldn't bring copies of Han and Leia just to stack underneath her. For multiple reasons. I don't think we have too many other choices as Jaina Solo, too. I feel like she's kind of situationally good. This is the same as the other one, the Lords of the Sith, and it's fine. It's fine. We only have one Old Republic set, though, in Standard currently. So I don't expect to see it too much in Standard, because there isn't too many Old Republic Jedi characters for it to pull. Yeah. Agreed. I'm not a big fan of big stacks. I'm not, I mean, I understand their uses, and I have decks that have big stacks in them, but in limited play, I don't see too much value in them. Right, the plus 10 power, or plus 10 speed, plus 1 power, plus 1 health is nice. But that's all you get out of the card, then it's not. It's almost not worth the 60. One of the 60 slots. It's not. I mean, there's more benefits to that than that. You can stack and set up with it and gain extra cards to look through. Kyle is a great stack. Kyle, oh yeah, Kyle Katarn. Yeah, so insert throws that a little differently. And cards that are based on your stack total throw a little, add even more value to making a bigger stack. But overall, I don't love them too much. I don't love them as much as I could. They're very situationally good. It's very easy to get enticed into making a big stack, and then actually not be getting any great value out of your cards. I build very much based on value of card. Right, because we only got 60 slots. So you want to get the most out of each of those slots as you can. For me, at least. Here's the only insert that would help Jaina out. The resilience one. but overall she's not that great. The Avenge X, kind of cool. For the tournament, Katja, are you going to limit events to their types? Like currently, you can take any event you want. Right, light side can take destruction, and dark side can take restoration, and the other ones have types too. But currently, it's meaningless what their type is. Are you going to limit that? Because I know it's going to limit it during the next rulebook, but I doubt the next rulebook will be anywhere close to the next standard tournament. Okay. Sure. So, if I were going to build around the Agrana solo until the rulebook changes, I would take Destruction. Um, and as many Skywalker and solos as I could get. Reasonably get. And that way, I can arbitrarily get some Skywalkers and solos into the discard pile. And mill some of my opponent's cards. I said I was going to try and move fast, but I've slowed down again. Lost Padawan. 6 force. Prevent all damage to one of your Jedi Padawans. Yeah. Right. That damage is from an attacking unit. You may also put X damage counters on that attacking unit, where X is the amount of damage prevented. This way, -1. It's weird to see minus written out on cards. I'm fine with it. But it's not very common to see it. But it's clear what the card's trying to do. I think it's good. Build Jedi Padawans and then play this as your damage prevention and damage. Because it puts damage counters on the attacking unit, which is solid. You'd grab something to gain you force as well. Solid. This Luke is interesting. He's not broken. Right? There's nothing in his rule set that spawns a question in my mind about a possibility, so we can move on from him, but I think he has potential to be devastating for people. And I would expect to see him on standard cards, or standard gets played a little bit more. I'd expect to see this Luke kicking around. You have to look at Luke's illusion. Again, for what we're currently looking at, pass. This Mitra is annoying. When I was playing with the Yamas tank, she'd go hide in ground, where we'd like to eat that Mitra. But it's fine. She's fine. Her ability makes sense. No questions came up. Boom. None shall pass. It's Ganarizoed. Holding the door. X cost when your opponent's build step starts. Choose one of your units up to X arenas. What? Oh, I see. Each of those units gets paid 2 of ambush 3 or ambush 6. It's okay. Feel like I'd just take a landmine instead. If I was gonna take this, just take a landmine instead. Tapping ambush is bad. I don't mind paying force for it as badly. Tap ambushes are bad. I agree. Because they don't work on hidden costs. Because your opponent's going to hidden cost after you've already tapped, and then you can't tap to pay the cost. So people that tap ambush, like that HK-47, are bad. I don't like that ability. I prefer the pay to force, pay something or other ambush cards, like the whatever face, Malik's flagship. Can't think of its name. Harbinger? No, I can't think of its name, but it's 10 cost. Leviathan. There it is. I thought of it. Uh, but it has pay one, prevent two, or pay one, ambush two, and any damage it does to things taps it. I think that's a really good ambush card. Get that in setup, and then if any time your opponent builds any space, and it has bombard, any space, ambush, tap it as it comes in, kill it, boom, done. Great ambush card. Leviathan. I don't think it's A. I think it's B. The one that Knights and Exiles. But I like that one a lot, and I think we're probably going to build around it at some point here in the future. Yeah, we might end up making a Darth Malik, Leviathan, Starforge. Maybe not Star. We'll see. We'll see what the Starforges survived. Darth Malik and whatever his face. He's in this list. Salkareth. This specifically this Salkareth. We couldn't quite make it work with just the Knights and Exile sets. We have the deck. The deck exists, right? A Salkareth deck right here. I'm not going to click on it because we have our Disciples of Ragnos cult down here that we don't want to lose. But I think we could work on it and make it real solid. Your battle step ends, phase ends. If none of your units were discarded this turn, X of your resistance units each gets the rooftop level. None of your units were discarded this turn. Each gets pushed into end of game, and each also gets resilience 1. And I could see that being useful. I understand what it does. No cards or no questions came up. Moving on. In my head. Obviously, if you have a question about it, let me know. As to a specific instance in which its ability text could be questioned as its meaning. Must also have a fortification in the ground arena and pay X force, and your opponent would deploy a unit with printed build cost X to disrupt the deployment of that unit. Shut the door. Shut the door. Oofda. We're gonna stick it in this deck. We're just gonna keep one deck as to the cards we like and such. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how space looks, and we'll see how it looks. I think we could manage it. I think you could manage it. I think you could manage it. Shut the door, though. We'd have to see. There's a lot of things to fulfill there. But disrupting a unit deployment is good. We'll have to see. How many more cards we got to look through? Not too many, actually. For this current set, or current look through. Solo Family C. Any unit with solo. Or warning, protect X for it's the. Yeah, fine. Moving on. Here's Suicide Run. Essentially the same art as, but, it's fine. Moving on. Technically, pay X source, remove up to X counters of any type from one of your Galactic Alliance units or Jedi. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That is for sure a fortification, and it for sure could make shut the door pretty easy to use. It's really the force gain that you have to consider, right? Because if you want to disrupt a big unit, you're gonna have to have a lot of force. So, and you probably go all fortification ground, so that depending on what the fortifications are, could be really good. What's his X? Remove X counters where I assume it tells us. Pay X force, remove X counters from of any type from one of your Galactic Alliance units or Jedi. What? Oh, so any Jedi and all Galactic Alliance units. Alright, fair enough. So only when no unit is attacking. Fine. Pay activate X is what spawned him showing up. And he's good. He's expensive, but he's good. Hmm. Texan Camp is probably a not happening. 9 cost. So it doesn't really work. Doesn't really work. There's a couple of crate bases though that I like. I could work with this. And it's unique, so you could pull with ministry shuttles. Yeah. Entekment. I think we're going to be playing with entekment and mass shadow generators as well. I think that could be really brutal. Right? Because mass shadow generators are so sticky in space. So then you kill something in character, give the mass shadow generator bombard as well. So that it starts affecting ground as well. And then hidden cost in or Cottonelle there at some point when they try and hang out in the battles, the build zone instead. Yeah, I haven't played with it yet. We'll see. See how we feel about it. We'll give it a shot. But yeah, I figured it was just going to be hard to use. Characters often don't die very easily, and especially with yeah, right. And Green Psylop is going to be around, right? Oh, you're gonna give your mass shadow generator a bombard? I just dropped that with my green slop. Um, so we'll see if it actually is viable, but I think it has potential. We'll see. Auto City we've talked about Ursine before, and it's fine. Long sense, I don't expect to see any play. I don't expect to see any play currently. It's also not broken. Clear. It's clear what's going on with it. Citadel Station. Fine. I mean, is it though? It's just okay. Yeah, but instead I could just, instead of taking up a precious non-unit card slot, I could just bring a Rat Ghoul. Which counts as ground and character. And has crit too, and it's decently hard, and can attack stealth, and spawns Rat Ghoul buddies if he kills something. It's not my favorite option, and you have to bring Jedi specifically to get that benefit. So maybe in a Jedi deck you could bring it along, but I'm not gonna probably use it even in a Jedi deck. I just bring a Rat Ghoul instead. The skill, right? So you equip it, and then that guy with the skill dies. The skill is gone, right? You can't keep equipping it. We'll see. We haven't looked through any of the subtype groups yet to see what we got going on. So when X damage counters are put half X damage counters on a location, but on a location. I don't know if I've ever read that right, if I'm honest. Meaning the more locations, I've always thought it was on all the locations underneath it. Which means that's better than I thought it was at first. It's better than I first thought. We'll see if I actually ever use it properly. I mean, I almost used it in the finals of the UCT, but not quite. I used it in the game against Damon as well, but it was just a unit at that point. It didn't ever get a location under. Yeah, I think it's fine for what it does. Also fine. Not a big deal for its ability, but it's fine. Goto is currently in this pool, but he won't be eventually. Eventually he's going to be 1+1, with the +1 being variable. For 1, and an optional spawn as well. And I think that fixes him. We'll throw him in here because he's broken right now, but for now, eventually he won't be. Not broken. Alright, we can see the bottom, and then we can call it there for looking through broken cards for now. Or broken cards, not through. I don't like this. I know that's not a common opinion, but I don't like it. It's too variable. It can be really good, for sure. But it's also can be really bad. So then you end up playing it to try and save a unit, and then boom, it hits bad when you were hoping for good, and then boom, you just wasted 2 force and your unit dies. I'd like my damage prevention cards to be very clear about what they will prevent. For me, I think go for it if you want. But I'm gonna play with beasts, and even if it's a less possible amount, I'm gonna play with damage prevention cards that I know how much damage they'll prevent. Especially with green Psylop around. Right, your opponent, you play this, you pay 2 force and roll a die, which is the cost, right? And they see you get a 6, they play green Psylop. You play this, pay 2 force, roll dice, and you roll a 1. They let it happen, keep their green Psylop, and then boom, you still lose the unit and the force. So, I mean, that's true of any card. But here it's even worse because it could go badly and they still get to keep their Psylop card. If I have a pay 2 evade 3 in space, they can green Psylop it, but it's guaranteed. Anyway, I'm moving on. Keep going. Am I going to? Is it a good day? Is it a good day? I gotta take my... I'm sitting on something in my pocket. Get out of my pocket. It's bugging me. It's a pocket knife. There we go. Is it a good day? Who knows? Seems like a pretty good day so far. Anyway, 1 cost. When you remove X counters from your opponent's resource, choose 1. Gain X build points when your next build sub starts, or draw up to X cards, or shuffle up to X cards of the same type from your discard pile into your deck. Uh-oh. It's an Ugnaught. It's an unrestricted Ugnaught. Which is fine. We have restoration now, right? Restoration exists now. I feel like it's an Ugnaught. Alright, we'll put it in the deck as a maybe. To complete... Right. Well, yeah. If your opponent's playing this, they're trying to remove your resource counters already, right? So yeah, it does. It whops you hard. Any Bong deck as well. Which is fine. It's just something you'd have to... Once Mando drops, anyone using a Vong type resource is probably going to have to look into protecting their resource counters as well. Yeah, they're going to have to look into protecting their resource counters as well. Isn't there an event, though, that protects it? There might be an event that fixes it. One of the ones from Solo. One of the resources from Solo, though. Doesn't matter. You said you weren't gonna restrict events to their sides yet until the rulebook drops. So currently, you can use that resource or that event regardless of side. So Vong and Darkseid can both take that if they need to, and probably will. But specifically, Vong probably be bringing that. Yeah, yeah. Vong is gonna have to figure out what it wants to do after that change gets happened. We'll see if it sticks around. You must also remove X counters from your resource. No more. Alright, well look, we're gonna get through these and then we'll go and take a look at the resource or the events and the resources and such. And we'll build a deck. I think the Still in the Leviathan deck. Darth Malik, Valkareth deck. Give that a go again. You must also remove X counters from your resource when one of your gamblers is discarded from any arena. Put a gambler card with printed X. Build X. I've been texted. To complete this. Alright. Sorry, I had to move a thing that I had scheduled for tomorrow. I had to move it to Tuesday. Something else more pressing came up on weather-related pressing. Came up on Monday. So I moved. Yeah, we had to get that moved to Tuesday. Anyway. 0 cost. To complete, you must also remove from your resource when one of your gamblers is discarded from any arena. Put a gambler arena card with. I think you could use this really well in like a gambler Yun Shuno deck. Because you're going to have counters around. I haven't looked at the gambler subtype yet, but I think it could be useful for that. Evade X, Retaliate X. +1, that's the X's. Armor, Inspiration, I've slouched, but it's fine. Kappa droid in the ground or character arena. Remove X counters, X capacity counters from the droid, and you may do X damage. Yeah. Yeah, this one I think we've discussed, but let's make sure we've discussed or we've changed it. Throw it in. Gain 1 force and name a unit card. Oh, it's this one. I don't like this one. I don't like it at all. I mean, I understand. It's just too random for any sort of competitive play. Then shelf. Did he just say what I thought he did? Oh, thankfully that I'm not streaming this music that just happened. Yeah, not a nice word to be saying. Streams. I see. It's not good, right? Gain 1 force and name a unit card. Then shuffle your deck and draw a card. If that card is the one you named, to gain 1 more force, and you may deploy it by paying X force, where X is the build cost. It's bad. Not terrible, but it's bad. It's only good if you can deck out your opponent, or deck yourself, essentially. And even then, you can't guarantee, until there's only one card left in your deck, you can't guarantee, and you know what it is, can't guarantee what it's going to be. So it becomes 1 build point for 1 force. And in some ways that's decent enough. Turn 1, if you need that 5 force instead of 4. But it's just not very good. It's not good enough. For me, at least. 1, 3, each skill costs less to put on. Yep, pay X force, discard a card from hand. One of your opponent's characters with it loses its game text until end of turn. That's fine as well. It's not very good as well for me. But it's not broken, the intent is clear. Never really gone. To complete Never Would Be Gone, you may also pay X Force, shuffle X unit cards from your discard pile into the deck. Apparently we're just okay with reciprocating unit cards now. Or cards in general. So, fine. I mean, we might as well unrestrict Ugnaught at that point. Unban Ugnaught, right? He's not even restricted, he's banned. No. Might as well leave one in, right? Can't remember if he's banned or restricted, but either way, I mean, there's other ways to do it now. With, I guess only light side will have the way once restoration there. Alright, fine. We can keep him banned. I don't care either way. We got so many cards, right? We got 7,000 cards. I don't mind. At some point we might want to. But for now, I don't care. So, to work on that. Complete precision job. You must also tap one of your thieves in the character unit, choose a resource in play, draw up to X cards where X is half the number of counters on the chosen resource. It'd be really good with a not green slop, whatever it is, the new krill. If you can get the krill thing working. If you can get the krill thing working. No point to restricted grounder character units now. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. You could look at the ban list real quick if you wanted to. Let me turn on this. Yeah. Oh, I see. No, I'm still okay with restricting Chewbacca G. Because then he's still killable. He's still killable that way. There's still only one copy of him in the deck. You still have to work around having that one copy. You can't be building a spare Chewbacca G if you already have one out. I'm still okay with that. Duel the Fates, I understand why it's banned and it should stay banned. Units with unpreventable damage comboed with you have things that there are things that pull from the discard, but there's also things that can remove the cards. So all you have to do is remove the one Chewbacca G instead of having to try and do it 4 times. I'm still fine with restricting things like Chewbacca G. Duel of the Fates, I understand why it's banned. And if people need an explanation as why it's banned, you can ask for it, but we gotta keep moving. Hollow Projection Chamber, I think, could probably be unrestricted or unbanned. The Castle System can stay banned as well. It's still pretty brutal. Yeah. Occupied Tatooine probably can probably get toasted from the list, and Free Tatooine as well. They aren't banned, Katja, according to this list at least. They're just restricted. Ugnaught can stay banned. R2D2 J. Just too good. Either we fix it or it stays banned. Blockade, restricted, yes. Same thing will be happening. It's some of the new Mando cards are essentially currently on Blockade, TMB, DPM's tier. So we might have to do something about those. The trap cards. Chewbacca G can stay restricted. Falcon's needs can stay restricted. Free Tatooine can probably get taken off. Han's Promise, I don't remember. I think it's a healing card. We'll look and see. We'll look and see in a bit, actually. After we look through the rest of the cards, we'll get there. Lost in the Asteroids, fine restricted. Lull in the Fighting is fine restricted. Occupied Tatooine could probably get removed. Peace on Naboo, fine restricted. Luke's X-Wing E is banned? I don't know what it is then. Now I gotta go and look and see. Luke's X-Wing E. Luke's X-Wing E. 563 and 3. Armor, lucky 1. Whenever Luke's X-Wing is attacked, if it has a pilot on it, remove 1 damage. Why is this banned? I mean, it's good. But I don't see why it's banned. I don't see why it's banned. Yeah. In an all IDC, I think some of them can be unbanned. Yeah. I don't see why this one's banned though. Like, it's good, but it's not brutally good, right? It still gets bopped by big units. I guess it has, it's still real. Either way, I know Hotwire. Hotwire is just brutal. Hotwire is really good. Pay 2 force, disrupt a battle card. And the ability to remove locations. This is almost Green Psylop good, though. Green Psylop is better than this. Which makes me think we might have to tweak Green Psylop if this is ban-worthy. Right? No? I don't think I can find Weapon Turret anymore. Well, hopefully you guys can see... Oh, I can't really see it. Oh, I need to move this over for you guys. Sorry, it's on my other monitor, so I don't really see that Weapon Turret. This is the modified one, though, I believe, right? Yeah, so this one isn't banned, so we can skip that one. Death Star 2D, I understand why it's restricted. Although it doesn't... Oh no, that's regular Death Star. I expected it to say restricted right here in usage. Yeah, it's just an 8 cost. It pays for itself in 3 turns, and then there's other ways to get around. You could give it redirect somehow. I assume that's probably an option. It's good that it's restricted. It's still brutal to this day. Blockaded Naboo. Now we're just gonna look at all of them. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom soon. I'm feeling it. Oh, why isn't this one listed as restricted? Oh, that's usage. Oop, I didn't even mean to add those to the deck. Right, this old one, Blockade PM is, but this one doesn't list it as it. Yeah, Blockade Naboo is pretty brutal, and I understand why it's restricted. It's, yeah. Price of Serenity. Price of Serenity. Pay to choose one of your opponent's tapped units and discard it. Oof. Oof. Your opponent may draw 2 cards. Well, only if you have a Dark Jedi or Sith in any arena. Only during your opponent's build step. Brutal. Brutal. Why is that restricted? That should just be banned. Wait. 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 Thoughts are coming. Alright, I can see why it's restricted and not banned. So it's only going to target people that have a build step ability. Because that's the only a build step tap ability. So like it would kill Goto. Or if someone tap ambushed, get it then. So I understand why there's allowed to be 1 copy. 4 copies would still be brutal. Yeah. Alright, we got 2 more to look at. Padme H. I think this one is in combo with a different card in the IDC, and that's why I got banned. By herself, she's not brutal. Yeah, on her own, she's not brutal. But I think overall, she could be. Especially with diplomats making it to other arenas in the IDC, I assume. Yeah. Neen Nub is a. Yeah, he's just too good. That's why. Especially with the pilot changes. Right? Because all transports can now take 2. Can take 2 pilots, right? So get 1 pilot out, and then you get Neen Nub out to give him just a brutal power and accuracy and speed. Yeah. Alright, I have to go to the bathroom, guys. I will be back momentarily, but you gotta go when you gotta go. So I will be back in a little bit, and we will build a deck, I think. Yeah, we'll build a deck. Okay. Well, I'm tired of looking for card problems. I think each deck building stream, we're going to look at a specific group of cards, a specific type of card, for problematic cards. That way, we have a set amount, and we're not just wandering through them. So today we looked at cards with X in it. We looked at most of them. We'll catch the other ones later. Not subject condition county. Alright, we missed like 2. But we've looked at them before. The ones we missed. I've seen all these. Yeah, we've seen all these. Russian system is brutal. Maybe too brutal, like ban-worthy brutal. Just saying. Like, that's exploitably useful. You can back out of the arena, then back in to lose, and then gain control of it again, and then you can gain infinite force, or just stockpile a little bit of force, and then boom, death, 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 death. In any arena, it should at least be limited to that arena. Whenever you take control of an arena with a Russian location on it, you may put X damage counters on a unit in that arena. Yeah. I feel like it should be more something like that. But currently it's just a little broken. Anyway, let's build a deck. Let's save this, and we're going to call it Troublesome Cards. Troublesome Standard Cards, because we're going to try and restrict it just to the standard groups. We're going to save it. We're going to build a deck. I don't know if we want to play with it today. I was going to try and go long today, but we'll see. Now we'll see. I'm kind of feeling tired, so we'll see. I need to regulate my sleep schedule a little bit better. Yeah, I need to regulate my sleep schedule a little better. I could have taken a caffeine pill too. I haven't had any caffeine yet. Alright, here we go. New deck. We want Saul Kareth. No, we want the Leviathan. B. I want it. Yeah. Right. We'll see. Maybe I'll chug a caffeine pill. And that'll keep me going here. I'm gonna have to break for dinner at some point as well, at least. So we'll see. I might call it quits whenever dinner rolls around. I didn't eat anything yet either today. I was going to, but I couldn't Nothing really piqued my interest out in the kitchen. So I've had like a jerky stick. That's it. So we'll see. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Let me turn off the ban list. There you go. Alright. Leviathan. I'm gonna go with it's gonna want 4 copies of Leviathan in it. What kind of other dark side space we got? I'm gonna save the deck as something. Alright. Alright. Side doesn't contain a Y. And side doesn't contain an L. And then we will change this to be type contains space. Is there any Dark Jedi buffers? I have to look and see if there's any Dark Jedi buffers. So 3 of the Starforgers survived. This one's really good. But we're already rocking the Leviathan. So I don't know if we need more 10 costs. We might want it though. We might want one of them in reserves. One of the reserves ones over this one. It also gives people cunning. This would be the one we would take, right? We'd take this guy and put him in reserves, essentially. There's not a ton of choices here for dark side neutral space. The Mando set is not going to add much. There is the really cheap first order TIE fighter. I think we can make it work, but first we need to see what buffs Dark Jedi. Yeah, like this guy. It still restricts it to the arena in which you took, right? Or the arena that you have a stuff in, right? It's not Russian system brutal. We're hoping for characters. No, well, not specifically characters, but no. 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 Alright, so there's nothing that buffs Dark Jedi. Makes me sad. Right, we could stack Dark Jedi space pretty easily. I guess it wouldn't have to be Dark Jedi, right? But we could take Leviathan, which is a Dark Jedi, and we could take the whatever it is, Sith Attack Fleet, which is Dark Jedi. Nihilus' Ravager is a Dark Jedi. I don't know if we'd bring Harbinger, but it is a Dark Jedi. And we could take filler little buddies. The The First Order TIE Starfighters are filler. And the Interdictor class cruisers are Dark Jedi as well. But there's not anything that would matter. There's a couple of battle cards, but nothing specifically that I think one. This is a Dark Jedi as well. We might need ministry shuttles as well. Let's see. Oh, I mean, Sun Crusher though. It's fine. That's feeling too expensive. I'd much prefer to take this over this. Sadly, it's 50 speed because it's heavy, so it's slower. But 453 and 3 with armor and double damage is really good. Really good. I think we play around this. We take 4 of these. And we take a couple of these. Is it a Sith ship as well? It is, okay. Because Sith code is in this, right? No. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is stuff this type on. Sith code is in this. Boom. Alright, we're going Sith instead of Dark Jedi. We're going Sith. Darth Malik. Such. Alright, Sith Amulet isn't in this, though? No, Sith Amulet is gone. Alright, this is Mask Glows here, and we might want it. Well, let's finish off space. So that's 8 space currently. And we would like to bring at least a couple of this Ravager with the upkeep gain of force and hidden cost is really nice. At least one of it. We'll take one of the other ones as well. So that's 12. And those are all Sith except for the fillers TIE Fighters. Which are filler. And we might change them out for the heavy Starfighters. Some of it. Alright. Ground. Type contains ground. And type contain text. No, subtype contains Sith is what we want. Put it down here. Okay, what's our choices? Tukata Hiss, solid. Jedi Master Apprentice with damage control, hidden cost 6, and pay 2 evade 3, 2. And forewarning. Solid. Hiss, stealth, force drain. Good. Tukata. Good. We might want the ground creature Sith creature facility from K Knights and Exiles as well. But we want this as well. 2 copies of that. I don't think we need any of this. I think we're gonna try something different in character than just a Sith Triumvirate A. We're gonna try something different. This is coming up under Sith, but it's gonna get changed into Bith munitions, which is what it should be. Doesn't actually count as a Sith. Unless they're in disguise, I guess. I like how all of the Sith ground options are Knights and Exiles. Which is going to be around in Standard for a good long time. So it's... that might not be a true statement. But I think it is. I'm not perfectly sure how Couch is planning on cycling out cards, but I think that's going to be fine. Was that 12? I think that was 10. Right? That was 4, 8, 10, but we have First Order TIE Fighters, which count as ground. So we can move on to character. Sith characters. Darth Nihilus we're probably going to take. I don't know what the magic system of Standard is. And I know you've talked about it before, but I can't quite... I don't want to say something and then have it be wrong. But I feel like it was... Okay, so yeah, it'll be around for a good while then. Knights and Exiles. Right, Jedi Knight. Sure. Jedi Knight will go. The Unifying Force will go. Solo will go. Battle of Crate will go, I think. Or what would go. Currently, I think. And so Knights and Exiles will survive for a good while in Standard. Well, I think. Right, it'll be Knights and Exiles will then be at the edge of getting removed. And it'll be 4 new expansions. Right, Mando. Probably the 15th anniversary cards, maybe. I don't know when those are planning on getting released, but I assume decently soon. Assassins and Apprentices probably is probably the next one on the edge of coming in. And something else. I haven't looked too much into the card development. I don't have the time for it. It'll be just browsing without a purpose. Sure. Or mini sets as well. We'll see if those get made ever. Alright, so we want to look at Darth Malak. Is he possible? There's 3 versions of him. So maybe. Yuthara Ban. Oh, I've seen her. I don't know. He's pretty good. Specifically, this Malak with the Sith code is really solid, right? With the double strike, but we'd have to speed him up so he goes first. The other ones are okay-ish. The Darth Nihilus we will take as well. Take 2 of him, so now we're up to 6 plus the Tukata and the hisses can go in character as well, so we're technically done. But we want to grab Vsauce, I think. Yeah, we want to grab Vsauce, at least one Vsauce. And we want to grab one Darth Treya A. Just too good not to grab in this kind of situation. Right, 1250s, 8 and 6 with hidden cost 3. With repos 3. And the ability to give her Sith code. I think just one copy is fine though. And then we want to remove that restriction and go and take whatever's face. Saul, Gareth, Admiral Sal, Gareth. Nope. Did I miss him? I'm not sorted by the right thing. There he is. I think we want 3 Saul Gareths. 2 Saul Gareths. Sure. Yeah, I think a Treya's deck is real decent. That Treya A is really good. Like, really, really good. Gotta fix my little stool. I need to get a new stool. Or fix this one. Fully fix it. Instead of just doing half partial fixes every time it breaks, like right now. Again and again and again and again. I fix it like 15 times a day. If I'm here at the chair. It just broke, even right there, after I fixed it. It partially broke. Anyway, I think we want 2 Saul Gareths. Let's see how that's looking. Alright, so we got him, and we have 2 of him. We have 2 of him. Sure, I put in 2. Okay. Darth Nihilus C, yeah, I put in 2. I'm just missing him. Oh, there he is. Alright, we got 2 of him. And we have 1 of each of his Ravager. We'll put the Ravagers down here, though. I like ground in the middle. We need to zoom out. I need to zoom out a little bit for what we're doing here. I think my scale is a little off, so I'm going to have trouble fitting 6 cards in. We have 2 of him. Ground. Yeah, it would have been a little crazy. A little crazy. Alright. We got 4 this guy. I think we're going to want to add in a couple of Ministry class shuttles. We have 2 of these. Which is fine. Set them here because they count as both arenas. We have 2 of this Malik, and then we have 1 of each of the other Maliks. Because we'd like to get this one. But then we also don't mind stacking in the other ones. But we'd like a higher chance at this one. And this way we can go in Ministry Shuttle for these other ones, for the stack. If we need it. And then we have the Tucatas, which is a really good card. 60 speed with potentially Ferocity and Fury 1, and the ability to heal for pretty cheap. It's just a really solid card. I like it a lot. And then we have the Hisses. In ground as well. And technically these count as character. But then we have 2 Sauls, which we might want more, but I'm okay currently. The hope is we already have the Leviathan. So that's essentially our only, and we have the Sith attack fleet as well, bombarding. So it wouldn't super affect too much. We might take them out, actually. As such, we might not need Malak as well. We'll see. We've got the Sith code. We have a Treya. We have a Vsauce. Yeah. I think we want to... We want 2 Ministry Shuttles. I need to turn off this restriction. We want 2 Ministry Shuttles. Hit save. And we want the location that buffs up the Sith creatures. I don't remember what it's called. It's the tomb. Is it a tomb? If I could spell tomb. What is happening? There it is. No. I forgot what it's called. We'll have to look for it. In type. Type contains location. Friedanon's tomb. It is a tomb, but I couldn't remember if it started with tomb or not. So yeah, we picked that up. At least 2 copies, maybe even 3 of that. We save, and we load that to us, and we draw 60 cards, and now we're at 37 cards. 37 cards, we got 23 to go. Tomb. Alright. So then, how are we looking here? We might end up wanting another Friedanon's tomb, to be clear. Maybe. We'll see. We do want Darth Malak kicking around for the Leviathan to give it ferocity. Yeah, we want it kicking around. The Sith code is a big thing. What event are we taking, though? Is a great question that I am going to answer now. So let's go ahead and look at type contains event. Destruction is a pass-ish. Currently it's a pass. Unless you need destruction, don't take destruction, because it could help out your opponent instead. We haven't seen what meditate's available yet. Nah. All's one is banned in standard, right? Essentially. In any way that we would ever build around it, it's banned. Right? In a competitive setting, it's going to be banned. It might not be banned in like just a hey, you want to play a standard format game. But I'm not gonna. At some point, we'll probably build a deck around it. But currently, we don't need it. Battle of Crate's alright. But we're not super interested in the ground arena already. I don't know if we need to base our event on it. Let's see. Battle over Kata Prime might be the choice. We'll check other things. We don't care about the Kessel Run. We don't care about Rakghoul Plague. We don't care about Sabak rules. We don't care about Soup Race. We don't care about 12 Parsecs. So yeah, Battle of Crate or Battle of Mercado Prime is the right choice. And it shouldn't be in our deck, but fix that in a second. We might want to grab Mercadon Elders. They're going to get tweaked, but we still might grab them. We'll have to check what the other hidden cost choices are. Save deck. Alright, how are we looking? Backfire. That's the one I couldn't remember the other day. When you roll a 3, it could possibly kill itself. That's it though. Right. Parry on a 1, riposte on a 2, backfire on a 3, focus on a 4. No, fury on a 4, focus on a 5, crit on a 6. Yeah, that's it. Okay, what do we need? We might want to bring Recon Elders. We might want to bring Recon Elders. We also need something a little cheaper in character. Currently, we got nothing but big boys. We're gonna want something filler. We have the Tukata and the Hisses, but we might want something specific to character. Ground is currently at 14, and character is at 10, 18. And space is also at 14 as well. We might want to add some Arcana Elders. What kind of battle cards do we need? So if we change event to battle, and then we come down here and turn on subtype, no, text contains Sith. There are none specific to Sith. It's fine. Need to be looked through all the Sith ones? For Sith Lords, oh, Lords of the Sith. That covers Sith Lord, not a Sith Lord, Sith Lord. So we use it for. Oh, but we could pull the spare Maliks out of it too. So we probably want a couple of them. Wound in the Force. No. Wound in the Force is unlikely to happen for us here. I think you could have managed Wound in the Force in the UCT really well. Because all you have to do is focus on the 7 unique Sith, and your opponent is going to play the Palpatine, the Chancellor Palpatine, and then just give all of his units a corruption counter. Basically fulfilling all of that for you. I think Wound in the Force could have happened in the UCT. I don't think it's going to happen now. But I think it could have happened. I think I want a couple Nihilus's masks. Maybe not specifically from him, but he's be good on other things as well. It's good on him specifically, but it's good on all of them, all of the Sith, with that decreased cost. It also gives Darth Nihilus Intimidation, which is really good too. Stealth counters and character. Saul Kareth is our only stealth counter character. As such, we're gonna have to fix that. Right. No one else is slow enough, and no one has deflect. No, this Malak has deflect. But that's it, right? So we're gonna need to grab. This Kreia could do it if we change precision. But we need a stealth counter for character. Which might just be adding 4 Rack Gould right here. Partial ground, partial character. Maybe not 4, but certainly some. Well, Kareth is actually a decent stealth target choice. Because he won't be attacked, so he can hang out at 20 speed and throw dice at stealth units while Malak is there because he can't get attacked by the stealth units. So yeah, we'll probably need something like that. Not worth it in a non. Oh, I just add one on accident though. No. I guess I can come down here and just go over. Alright. Ooh. Each of your Dark Jedi and Sith and Ground character gets critical hit 1, and Cunning. Each of your opponent's Jedi characters gets upkeep. Boom! Bringing at least 2 of them. I just added 3 on accident, though, I think. Yeah. Marco Ragnos's tomb. Oh, I see. Do we already have his tomb? Oh no, we have Frida Nan's tomb. Alright, what's Marco Ragnos's tomb? Sith Spirits. Pass. Alright. Pass. Drain Knowledge. Is pretty good. So we'll be taking it. Oh, at least a couple of Drain Knowledges. Pass. Pass. I'm gonna try out that. Let's see. I don't love Fury. Flurry. Lord of Betrayal. Triumvirate Sith. We have a one Triumvirate Sith. We might want to include a Darth Scion A. I thought about it more. With the damage control 3 innately, he's really sticky. Like, really sticky. Um, I'm fine with that, though. Interdictor class cruiser. Starts with Bombard 2. It's not terrible. I like it more than other people do. We'll see if we need to bring it along. Sith Commando spawns a Sith subordinate, but it's a pass for me for now. Freya, pass. Spawns a Sith base unit. Spawns Sith space unit, but it's a pass. I think both of these are passes. I'd rather take a mass shadow generator, I think. Although this one, we might include one copy of this. We'll see. We either build this or we build the Leviathan. I think I like the Leviathan better. For now. Tavion isn't bad, but she's not a Sith. Pass. The Leon system, Leon, is coming. Two extra force a turn is fantastic. 4 cents, we're gonna pass on. Thara Ben, we're gonna pass on. She is Sith, though. We might bring her along at some point, but for now, she's fine. So now we're at 49. We added in a drain. We added in these guys. This and this. And this and this. And this and this. That's it. Alright, cool. Then we have 2 locations for every. That's a lot of location. That's more location than I usually go with. Dark Jedi lightsaber. I wanted to see how many Dark Jedi we actually have lurking around. I think it's a fair amount. Right. Dark Jedi. 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 And it doesn't matter for these guys. We have that, and then we have these. Yeah. 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 Don't mind this so far. We had what, 49 cards? We need 11 more. We need something to counter stealth, either direct damage or something slow enough in every arena, or something that can attack stealth or remove stealth. Let's go ahead and hit text contains stealth, see what's going on. Dark Wars is good as well. I'm surprised we didn't see more Dark Wars with Starforge in the Old Republic set. I didn't ever see it played. Right? You could play 4 of these, and remove your opponent's force gain. Just you gain 4 force. Well, when the battle phase starts, you lose 4 force. Take that, or draw a whole bunch of cards. Right? I could have seen that happening. We need something to handle stuff. We might also want to look into removing cards. Yeah, like this. We need something that can take care of this. Gear kills stealth. Right, the upkeep kills stealth units. She's not right for this, but thing. Do we bring Gizgiz? Yes. We bring 4 Gizgiz. That's hilarious. There's the stupid, broken Kreia right now. It's fine. Kind of funny. Full broken. Okay. We have to look at slow units too. Wait, what? Oh, because they don't have a speed value? Nope, I did not mean to bring 2 moments. The Mud Trooper could be a better choice than the Giskas. Hilariously. Yeah, I'm not worried about space. We have super slow space already. Mud Troopers might be a better choice. 430, 4 and 4 with armor. Can get rid of all stealth guards for a while at least. Than the Giskas. Alright, Giska. You were so close. No, we'll try with the Giskas. We'll do some Mud Troopers. And we're gonna up our amount of Ministry Shuttles to 4. Save deck. We're gonna try the Gisk. I like the idea of the Giskas. I think they're kind of fun. We're at 57. We need 3 more. To make this a functioning deck. I like the idea of the Giskas, and as such, I'd like to give them a go. Let's run the Mud Troopers though too. Oh, but I'm blanking on where they are. I only put 1 in? I put 2 Mud Troopers in. Oh, I already pulled them out. Cool. Alright, indirect damage is something we're missing. So we have, what, 3 cards spare to get indirect damage in? We don't have any evade cards. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. A lot of our stuff has an innate evade. All the stuff we care about has an innate evade. Even these guys are technically kind of like that. Yeah, for a trial run, I think we're okay. Type contains battle is fine, and then we like to say text contains damage. Not prevent, not prevent. Nope. 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 Three of those. Yep, 3 dark powers. Pay 5, tap, put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's units. That helps with against stealth too. Alright, that's 60 cards. We did it. We did it. It's kind of an odd one. Kind of an odd one. And there's probably some tweaks coming to this deck. But I like it. Oof. Ooh, we probably don't need 4 Ministry Shuttles. We probably will swap one of those, at least one of the Ministry Shuttles out for another Sith attack fleet. If you need 4, you shouldn't ever really need 4 Ministry Shuttles for their ability. Let's go ahead and do that change. Let's take this out and add in another Sith attack fleet, or whenever I find them. And we'll do it over here as well. The attack fleet up by 1. Ministry class shuttle down by 1. Saved. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I've been texted. Oh, there's that. There's someone asking for my dinner order. So yeah. I think we'll call it pretty soon then. I'll put in my order. But I like this deck. I'm kind of feeling like League tonight, maybe, and then feeling just nice, simple League. Simple. And then I got some other stuff I can take care of. I do like the fact that we finally built the standard deck that didn't get mangled after playtesting, because it hasn't been playtested yet. And when we do playtesting and rip this deck apart, we'll save this one in case we don't actually. We'll make a try 2 version, obviously, a version 2. I think this one is good to go for a try though at some point, but I think we'll be calling it pretty soon. Let me put in my order. I don't know. The deck exists. Let's make sure it's saved. Save this deck. It's but I need to fix it, right? I cut it down to 47 cards and I haven't filled back up. So technically, yes, I'm still playing it, but it's not technically playable right now. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to fix it up. I don't know. I might fix it off stream, or yeah, I might just fix it off stream sometime though. Sorry, I'm trying to copy over my there you go. Copy over my dinner order from previous posts. And then we'll see about doing something here. We'll do a couple mock setups. I think, yeah, the damage counter long deck, this deck right here, has fantastic potential. But we need to refine it a little bit more. And I think it could be really, really good. Alright. Dinner order is in. I don't know. Do we want to fix it up? Might just fix it up now. But first, let's save this and do a couple test setups with this deck to make sure we're not going crazy. We need to hit new game. Oh, I forgot I muted all the sounds. Okay, draw 7. We want to start with resource in hand. So I'll move that over to event or to supply so we can get it easily. Save it like that and our deck to us, and then we can hand. That would come out, and this would go into hand. You would draw 6 cards. Ditch these 2, draw a couple more. Shuffle these in. Put this out for 1, draw another card. Put this out for another 1, draw another card. Well, maybe not that one. Certainly we'd do something like that. Put Malik out for 9. That puts it at 11. Trying to find... We want a Leviathan to show up, I think, is pretty key here. We'll take the Sith code. We'll take a Tukata. Yeah, we'll take a Tukata, which puts it as at 4, and then 4 more for the Tukata. Oh no, 5 more for the Tukata. Alright, and then we gotta pick something like this then. And put 10 on it. And draw. Alright, and then turn 1, the roll is a 3. We get 4. We put this out, keep this in reserves, we move these 2 to space, depending on, obviously it depends on what our opponent's built. We move these guys over here. We draw a card. Well, these don't count as a capital ship for the Lihon system, but it's alright. At some point, the Leviathan will come out. As to what we build, it depends on our opponent here. But I think we go Ministry Shuttle, for 2 force. Search. Appeal to all. Take this one and this one out. Fixing that deck. Rebuild, and then we build these 2 under here to stack him up to 60 speed with his double strike and 6 dice. So he could be 8 dice with double strike if we need to use the Sith code on him instead of the attack fleet. That leaves us with 2. These get removed. And we put 2 on this Ludo Crush's tomb. Sure. Because it's a Sith facility. So this guy gets ferocity as well. So that would be our build, I think. This would be our setup. We'd actually probably leave one of these guys in ground to prevent our opponent from getting battle over Kata Prime. And then we'd probably retreat both of them, and then deploy this guy turn 1. Right, and then we can bring him back. But one of them is probably going to stay here and just prevent him or our opponent from getting battle over Kata Prime. Each turn for 1 cost is phenomenal. And then this one can go help out the Sith Attack Fleet. But hopefully the Sith Attack Fleet wins, right? We would Sith code it probably for its first turn hidden cost. And it's got shields and evade 1, so it can probably manage it turn 2. If not, we're in trouble. We would start the Leviathan at that point. With a roll 4, we would get 4. Start the Leviathan. I think it would be okay. Alright, we'd have this guy here. We'd move this guy back out. I think it'd be an okay setup. I think it'd go fine. Alright, so that's 1 setup down, and I think it went fine. Let's go again. New game, reload recent deck. Start with this in hand. Draw 6 cards. Pitch this and this. Draw a couple cards. We have 3 of our Giskas in hand. Kind of crazy. Can we lead with a Giska in ground? 2 Giska ground. Then at that point, it depends on our opponent, but we might Sith code at that point. That takes us to 6. I'd like something to bait him into playing character, but the Leviathan can bombard, so it's fine. Doesn't. They'll take 10 there. And then again, it depends on our opponent, but then we'll probably take a hiss. Get to 22. Probably take another hiss. Get us to 28. And then we probably start a Mudman. Alright, and then we roll dice. And of course, get 1, get 2, we finish the Mudman. And it's something. Or we spawn a whole bunch of Giskas. We don't need it right now. Right now we don't want to slow down our opponent. So the Giska comes in and just denies Rakata Prime instead, while these guys try and take character. Again, test setups really rely on the opponent as well. But I think it went fine. Let's do one more, and I think we'll call it there. Let's do one more, and we'll call it there at that point. I think it'll be up for deck testing at some point. Alright. Start with this in hand, start with this out. Draw 6 cards. 1 on this guy in ground. And probably 10 in space. Oof. 7 on Vsauce. Probably the hits as well. And then probably 6 on the attack fleet. Yeah. And then the roll is a 3. We put at least 2 here so Vsauce can still evade. We draw 2 cards. Yeah. But get 4. So yeah, we put 2 here. So we can hidden cost it. We need to. Depends on what our opponent did. Obviously, not brutally important. We need to grab some Recording Elders. And we might give up the Giskas for some Recording Elders. Something that can hidden cost into ground to force them to hang out with the Bombard. Right, if they leave it alone, we hidden cost in, win the game. So they have to stay there. It's probably what's going to happen. We put 2 there, and then we probably put 2 on the Sith code. And retreat this guy. It feels like not enough. Oh, I guess I spent a whole bunch here. I would have built Malik if he had come sooner. It depends on where your opponent's building against you. But I think it's doing okay so far. It doesn't have nearly as many of these guys as I was hoping it would. Alright, it's pretty light on this side. 1, 2, 6, 10, 17 is not a lot. Not a lot. So there's probably going to be some concessions made here and there. From the units, right? We're going to probably cut at least 2 Giskas, maybe even more. Maybe even all the Giskas. And probably cut to these 2 as well. That would give us 6 more slots to use on non-character or non-unit cards. Yeah. Alright. I'm leaving it there though, guys. I think I'm done for the day. We'll see what I'm feeling tomorrow. I don't know. Do concrete work tomorrow. Concrete work is tiring. So we'll see when we'll kick this off again. But it'll be soon-ish. Soonish. Next couple days we'll get going again. We'll play some standard. We'll actually use some of these decks at some point. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.